1878 proved a landmark year for the congregation. The first foundation in Ireland was made at Kilcullen, County Kildare. This mission weathered the hardships of the post-famine era and the ferocity of Ireland's struggle for independence. It stands today a beacon of excellence for Irish education, culture and heritage. The novitiate established in Kilcullen in 1928 provided another fertile training ground for countless young Irish women called to serve as Sisters of the Cross and Passion in Ireland and in mission lands throughout the world.
As numbers grew and the mission expanded, Honora dreamt of building a large convent to provide a fitting home for the congregation. This dream became a reality when Mount St. Joseph Convent was opened in 1882. Mount St. Joseph became the mother house of the congregation. From here, generations of sisters have been missioned to go out and spread God's word even unto the ends of the earth. Honora Chambers died in 1898. The seeds that she had sown with such hope and courage took root, spread, and still today yield a rich harvest.
Jane Dury was a Scot, a convert, a brilliant educationalist. Before her conversion, she had been headmistress at a very successful school in Bolton. Just a week before she died, Elizabeth admitted Jane Dury to the congregation. For the next 20 years, Jane Dury, Sister Mary de Sales, was to devote herself to the training of Catholic teachers, sisters and laywomen. These would go out and light up the darkness of poverty and ignorance, transforming society, giving hope to the poor. The Education Act of 1870 made education a right, not a charity. The church needed certificated teachers. The sisters responded. They were called to work in parishes throughout England, Scotland and Ireland. With Jane Dury's expert training, they were well equipped to meet the challenge.
Jane Dury died in 1883. 11 years later, the first Scottish foundation was made in Burninow.
From 1902, secondary education became a priority. Grammar schools were needed. From small beginnings, the sisters laid the foundations of a fine tradition of Cross and Passion colleges. Bolton, 1902. Bradford, 1905. Manchester, 1920. Irvine, 1921. Ballycastle, 1924. These colleges provided a ladder out of poverty, opening the doors to universities and professions.
In 1912, sisters waved off by Mount St. Joseph pupils set out on a White Star liner for South America. To get to their final destination, Chile, they had to cross the Andes on mules. 1926 brought the sisters to Argentina to begin an ambitious educational project. This later became Michael Ham Memorial College. In 1924, they answered a call from Rhode Island, USA.
Once I built a tower up to the sun.
Each new venture, a new world, a new language, a new culture, it needed courage and imagination.
Now it's done.
During the 30s and 40s, numbers grew, but there were few new foundations. This was an age of social and political unrest, the Great Depression, speakeasy and jazz. Economic depression and war are times for retrenchment, not expansion.
The war years brought communication problems. Before easy air travel and reliable telephone links, it was difficult to keep in touch. 2 world wars almost severed connections with the mother house in Bolton. This inevitably created serious misunderstandings and tensions for missions developing in different climates and cultures.
Can you spare a dime?
After the Second World War, there were many new foundations. The first was in Ireland. In 1945, Maryfield Convent and College were founded in Dublin. The first pupils were taught in the Tigeen until the new college building was completed and officially opened in 1946. Maryfield College is still a thriving secondary school for girls.
1952, the centenary year of the congregation, saw the sisters en route for Bechuanaland, now Botswana. They were to help an emerging nation to get on its feet.
In 1953, the new Maryfield Convent was opened. The novitiate then transferred from Kilcullen to Dublin.
In 1968, sisters went to Wales.
In 1975 to Sweden.
In 1977 to Peru.
In 1986 to Jamaica.
And also in 1986, a pioneering sister went to do medical work in Papua New Guinea.
The 50s and 60s were the glory years. The post-war baby boom was growing up. There were new freedoms, new technology, more money, better food, wider opportunities for education and careers, especially for women.
It was the age of idealism, civil rights, flower power. Ban the bomb.
Nothing you can sing because it's done.
The Beatles, love, not war was the slogan. Novitiates were overflowing, buildings and works were expanding.
But this was not to last. Times were changing.